What is up, guys? It's Sky, and I'm back on Battlefront. And it's been a while, and I was wondering to myself, do I still got it? And I'll open up with this clip of me pretty much single-handedly defending these two objectives on the new Infiltration game mode to show that I may have lost a step, but I can still hang with all the young fellas out there. And my first pro tip for Infiltration is have a loadout that can deal with bubble shields. Now, you guys all know my affinity for cycler rifle quickscopes. Back when the game launched, there weren't that many ways to deal with bubble shields, but ever since then they've added a ton of ways. So there should be a way to keep at least one star card hand, or try out the new A180, which has a ion grenade mode. And if you're playing as a Rebels, you're really going to want to use that bubble shield, especially on this third phase where you have to pick up and carry the data tape from one side of the map to the other. Especially on this map, Scarif Beach, I don't know the name, so I call it the beach map. You're going to want to use that personal shield because there's a lot of open areas and pockets of cover. And funny thing is, I go like 59 and 14 in this game and get almost 2,000 objective points. Pretty much single-handedly defend these two objectives. But it seems like the other 15 people on my team don't have any way of dealing with bubble shields, and we end up losing this game because the other team's able to push that one data tape all the way across the battlefield. And you'll see me try to go for the Hail Mary here. Close but no banana. And my other tip for this third phase of Infiltration if you're playing as a Rebels is to spread out if you have the data tapes. Just like you saw in the beginning of the video, one pretty good player can lock down 2 data tapes if you cluster up. But I know what everyone really wants to hear, and that's how to do well in that first phase. Now, the first phase of Infiltration plays out like Fighter Squadron, and it's the X-Wing versus the TIE Fighter. You don't have the choice of the A-Wing or the TIE Interceptor. And as a Rebels, it's your job to escort the U-Wing all the way across the map, and it appears as a giant blue dot on the minimap, and also an icon on the heads-up display. Now, in the beginning you start out with one U-Wing, but after a while, after the Imperials hold you back a couple times, you'll get 2 U-Wings. Now, I haven't gotten farther enough in this first phase to see if you ever get 3 U-Wings, but once you get that second U-Wing, it's pretty easy to push through. Now, I really like this as a first phase of the game mode because obviously the TIE Fighter is at a huge disadvantage against the X-Wing. But that's okay, it's just the first phase, so when you're playing as the Rebels, then you're pretty much gonna have a field day. Just play around that objective and just kill as many TIE Fighters as you can. And since the minimap shows the position of enemy ships, it's pretty easy. And the only thing you have to take note is that the debris is really clustered. There's not a lot of space to maneuver. My one tip is to stay either above or below the debris. That way you can still maneuver if you need to, and you have a general idea of where enemy ships are. If you're above the debris and you see an enemy ship on your minimap, it's probably below you. And vice versa if you're flying underneath the debris. Now for the part that everyone wants to know about, playing as the Imperials in this first phase of Infiltration. You're going to be piloting the TIE Fighter, and you're going to want to pick up a refresh token. They're usually hanging around right near where you spawn in. And reason being, you're going to want to spam that speed boost. And the name of the game is to ignore the X-Wings. Look on the minimap and see where the cluster is and go the other way. You want to be able to use the TIE Fighter's one advantage, and that's its speed. I like to get either underneath or on top of the debris, out to the edge of the map, to the side, underneath or below, where people aren't readily keeping track of me. And I'll just dart in and start going after the U-Wing right away. Now the U-Wing does have some survivability. It can put up jammers and it has a shield. And if it has those up when you're trying to attack it, then you'll probably die. But the name of the game is to avoid engaging the X-Wings, because you engage one X-Wing, it'll just put up its shields and you'll just waste time. That'll just give the U-Wings time to get through. Really, if you go like 4 and 10 in this mode, but you ended up killing 4 U-Wings, then you've done a pretty good job as a TIE pilot. And you'll see a clip of me here attacking from the side of the map, one of the best plays. And I really like how this mode plays out, and I think that Fighter Squadron itself could be massively improved if they just took out the objective for the Rebel side. Just give the Imperials the objective so that, they could boost their score a little bit because they're at a huge disadvantage. Why give the Rebel the same objective to get the same score boost if the ships are that much better? And moving on to how to not suck at the second phase of Infiltration, the distraction. The Rebels have to bomb one of 2 Imperial facilities on the map, and it plays out a lot like Rush from Battlefield. Basically you gotta run up, arm the objective, and wait a couple seconds as the timer ticks down. One thing to know about the second phase of Infiltration is the verticality. You can jetpack on top of these Imperial facilities, and it offers a lot of long lines of sight. So even on this Scarif jungle map, which tends to be a little more close quarters, but this second phase, it pays to kind of run the jetpack and the pulse cannon. You can also give the A180 sniper mode a shot. I just unlocked it and played a couple rounds of Blast, and the sniper mode actually is pretty good. Now, one annoying thing is you can't shoot through leaves on these maps, and that's kind of a bummer, but you can also use the leaves as cover. Well guys, I hope that helps you do just a little bit better in this new game mode. I like it a lot, and I really like the new maps. They really filled that jungle and beach theme niche that was kind of missing from the maps from the previous expansion and in the base game. And I really like the new A180, so I might put together some gameplay of the A180 or bring you a gun review. And man, so many good new games to play. They got Battlefield 1, which I'm really enjoying. I'm really enjoying Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and that's gonna get some free maps, so definitely a lot to keep me busy. Too bad I only have a couple hours a week to play video games. But anyways guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I'll catch you later.